bitches go.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxing Ego Unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder says that Anthony Joshua is a coward. He does give Tyson Fury his props though. Says Deontay Wilder. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to be part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We work and sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does help the channel grow. ESPN website, Wilder calls Fury skillful, Joshua a coward, and DILLIAN Whyte a liar. And these are some quotes from the Bronze Bomber, WBC champion of the world. And, you know, I'm not going to play it for copyright reasons, but here's the interview. Link in the description. Heavyweight world title holder Wilder has become one of the most gregarious and charismatic figures in boxing, one of the most vocal. Recent interview with ESPN in LA, Wilder candidly discussed a bunch of topics. Let's get into it. This is what he said about Tyson Fury. He's a funny guy. He's a skillful fighter, good fighter. And for me, in my opinion, he's a breath of fresh air. Being in the heavyweight division, being able to have great fights with the person that can help me promote a fight, because I've come up and so many guys don't talk, or they don't want to say what they want to do or hype the crowd. It's always been me promoting. Then when I had him come along, it was good promotion and we could cross promote with his team and make great fights happen. So that's what I think about him when I hear his name. He kept it short and sweet for Anthony Joshua's. He says about Anthony Joshua, just a straight coward, man. I just think coward, and that's it. Harsh words. He talked about Ruiz Jr. I was very disappointed in Andy Ruiz, maybe because I was so invested in it. I really wanted to see him achieve greatness, especially where he came from in boxing, almost getting evicted from his apartment. I don't know what eviction feels like, and I never want to know what it feels like to be homeless, but he was on the verge of that, and an angel came and saved him, gave him an opportunity, a great opportunity to be a megastar against Joshua. Says Ruiz beat him, knocked him out, knocked him down 4 times and got him out of there. He had the biggest fight of his life. He let it all go in the rematch. Jarrell Miller, idiot. He says he's an idiot. He had a major fight against Joshua last year. I don't know the amount he was getting. I go off what I hear. So let's say about $6 million. He blew it. He blew it all on the get rich or die trying. And what I mean by that, he put something into his system, a PED, performance enhancing drug, that gives rats cancer. So if it gives rats cancer, what do you think it's going to do to you? He talked about Pulev for whatever reason. He's a brave and strong fighter. I haven't seen too much of Kubrat Pulev because he hasn't been out there too much. The things that I have seen, he definitely put up great fights to fight with Vladimir Klitschko and stuff. I think he's strong-willed, strong-minded. So, you know, he didn't really seem like he had too much to say about him. He says, on DILLIAN Whyte, oh my gosh, where is your B sample? I told you, new media. Notice the champ, WBC. I told you, Deontay Wilder, he's new media. I tried to tell y'all. Bro, he's saying the same things that we've been asking. Where is the B sample? He said, oh my God, where's your B sample? Where's the B sample? Talking about drug tests. That's another one. Another guy that I consider to be the cheerleader of the division. I want to go even nastier with my words with him, but my energy is not allowing me to come up with anything to say that means something. But you know, this is a guy who is just a compulsive liar. He's talking about the things of wanting to fight me, but it's all lies. He had multiple chances of fighting me, just to name a few. I told him to fight Luis King Kong Ortiz. Not only did I tell him, I gave him my word I would be fighting next if he were able to get past Luis Ortiz. But the WBC mandated him to do it and to do so, and he didn't. Dominic Brazil said, hey, if you guys got a problem with the mandatory spot, fight me for the mandatory spot, and that'll get you in there. There was another one. He declined every last one of those steps. I can go farther and further, but it ain't no sense of wasting time on him. Boom. He talked about Tyson Fury on the rematch. He says, what I do different this time, the biggest part of it, most important, is stay calm and pick your shots. The first time I wanted to do something that I already know I could do, that's knock him out. But I wanted to force it, and once I calmed down and settled in, it just happened with the knockdowns in the 9th, and obviously the one where he knocked Fury unconscious in the 12th. That's time is just naturally going to come. That was my first pay-per-view. Now I'm leading into my third pay-per-view. That's flushed out of the pipes as well. I'm just in a happier place in my life at this point in time. I think that's what's going to carry me in a long way, especially in this fight. So I'm expecting a knockout. It's going to be an amazing fight while it lasts, and I don't want people to miss it. Boom. I love what Wilder's doing. He's definitely candid, well-spoken, and he's getting better and better with his just public speaking, emceeing the crowd, getting on the mic and speaking his thoughts. But, you know, I ain't even got to say too much. Champ said it. New media. I told you, we control the narrative in this whole boxing space in the US of A, America. We control the narrative. He's saying verbatim the exact points that I've told you for the longest. DILLIAN Whyte, good fighter. He keeps saying, oh, we wait 800 days. Why are you even counting? Why are you counting when, once again, the WBC has already told you that you will not be fighting Wilder until 2021. He says, look, let's see how quick I pulled it up. Freddie Fastfingers, Talk Sports, which is a UK-based outlet. Talk Sport, delay boxing news. WBC confirms that DILLIAN Whyte will have to wait until 2021 for his mandatory shot with Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury, you know, the winner of that fight or those fights if they do too, despite being cleared by UCAD. This was December 11th. To this day, we hear DILLIAN Whyte talking about, oh, I've been waiting 600 days, 700 days, 811 days, etc. Why would you even bother to count how long you've been waiting, knowing it's going to just add up? Because Wilder Fury is the biggest fight for 2020 that has been announced, and it's going to be one of the biggest fights. You know, I can't really say the biggest of the whole year because I don't know what happens next. You know, I don't know what other fights they're going to make, but scheduled wise, it's the biggest fight of the year. February, Black History Month. Let's get it. DILLIAN Whyte keep counting for sympathy and Eddie Hearn and, oh, this is ridiculous. We've been waiting 800 days. But I told you, I've made several videos about talking about this. DILLIAN Whyte had opportunities. Dominic Breazeale, as I told you, as Wilder just said, yo, you don't think I'm the mandatory or you want to settle this? I would love to fight you. Let's fight. And then it ends all of the conversation. Look, I could pull this stuff because it's in my cookies and shit. So it's, look, DILLIAN Whyte and Dominic Breazeale, February 12, 2019. I promise you, I got this. New media. Sky Sports, UK-based media that works with DILLIAN Whyte on the UK side of things. They are reporting DILLIAN Whyte and Dominic Breazeale ordered to fight by the WBC. This was in February of last year. This was a year ago. February 2019, and it's February 2020. Here's another one. January, so the month before that. So this is clear over a year and a month, a year and a couple weeks. Sky Sports, UK media, DILLIAN Whyte, Dominic Breazeale open to heavyweight fight talks. So he was open to it, but he never fought Dominic Breazeale. And guess who fought Dominic Breazeale and knocked him out in one round? Oh yeah, that's right, Deontay Wilder. So he was up Dominic Breazeale right here, August 25th, 2018. Sky Sports, UK media, they reported this. Dominic Breazeale would welcome a fight with DILLIAN Whyte. This is from 2018, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. The Californian, we know DILLIAN Whyte's not from California, so they're referring to Dominic Breazeale, who's from California, was installed as the mandatory challenger for Deontay Wilder's WBC title. You guys see that? Because I certainly see it. after his win over Eric Molina last November, much to the dismay of Dillian Whyte, who is the #1 contender. So the Sky Sports article, they are telling you Brazil was installed as the, say it with me, mandatory challenger for Wilder. Dillian Whyte, to the dismay of Dillian Whyte, who is the WBC's #1 contender. So bottom line is Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn try to put up a fuss and con the public into believing that he was the #1. The WBC has done this before, where they've had Amir Khan and Danny Garcia the #1A and 1B or whatever, and had 2 mandatories because they said Keith Thurman was going to have to fight, possibly 2 mandatories. And I think, Khan got knocked out by Canelo or whatever happened, so he ended up dropping off. But this has happened where the WBC has had more than one. And look, Brazil says, I thought of Dillian Whyte fighting myself was going to happen this year in 2018. He's bound with the situation with the WBC and his silver belt, but I have the WBC mandatory. I only thought it was right for him and myself to get in the ring and square off as the fans would love to see it. So Brazil, he stepped up and said, hey, you got a version of the title. I'm the real mandatory. So 1A and 1B, you're 1B. Let's fight. Let's scrap. And then that'll settle it. And then guess what? This is in 2018. And what year did Deontay Wilder? So this is August of 2018. You had this man, Dominic Brazil, offered to square off with Dillian Whyte to figure this mandatory situation out in 2018, and he didn't do it. When did Wilder fight Dominic Brazil? Oh, yeah. In May of 2019, after Tyson Fury ran and fled to ESPN and dropped out of the immediate rematch, Wilder still fought on that date that was supposed to be for Fury, but he fought, say it with me, his mandatory challenger. So had Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn in rematch room fought Dominic Brazil, that was one avenue to establish yourself and remove all doubts. There really wasn't a doubt because the Sky Sports article told you, but to clear it up for everybody that this is the deserving guy to fight Wilder. You didn't do it. He's also had final eliminators with Kubrat Pulev, and then when the Bulgarian promoter, Epic Sports and Entertainment, won the purse bid, all of a sudden Eddie Hearn and them bowed out, and then they ended up fighting Joseph Parker because they didn't want to fight on someone else's card and on someone else's terms. They got greedy. So I feel no pity for Dillian Whyte not getting a shot at the mandatory. Tyson Fury talked about this as well, but guess who talked about it first? That's right, me, New Media. I mean, Joshua, I ain't got nothing to say. He said he's a coward. That's Wilder's opinion. We know who was the hang up. All the games they're playing. Joshua's continuing to play the same game right now, so you already know what it was. He dodged 50 million, said, oh, I deserve it. UK fans, we've built this up in Britain. That's why meet with me. And then he came in and was willing to fight Jarrell Miller in America. Makes no sense. So you don't want to fight for 50 million, 50% of the back end money and have a colossal fight when you were undefeated and Wilder's undefeated still. You don't want that. But you're willing to fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller, which turned into Andy Ruiz because, as Deontay Wilder brought up, Miller failed a drug test. So it made no sense. So you just basically got knocked out by a 5-week replacement, which was worse than getting knocked out by Wilder. If you get knocked out by Wilder, look at how he's looking at me right now. I'm feeling uncomfortable just having him on the screen. There's no shame in getting knocked out by Wilder because this is what he's doing to everybody, good, bad, and beyond. Anybody fights him, he's dropping them and hurting them and all this stuff. So I would have rather get knocked out by Wilder brutally. It's going to be worse. But I'd rather if you're going to get knocked out by someone, get knocked out for more money. I mean, who wants to get knocked out in general? But then again, who wants to get knocked out for less money? So everything Joshua and Eddie Hearn, all that stuff, it was a lie. It was cap. They need to work at lids because that shit was cap. Bars. So, it is what it is. That's why Wilder feels he's a coward. We can go on and on, but like Wilder, my time and money and time is money. So I ain't gonna put too much effort into that. You know what happened with Joshua. I know what happened. Joshua had basically a restraining order and said Wilder couldn't get in the ring. So Wilder said, you know, F this. That's cool. You don't want me in your ring? I'll watch the fight from home. You know, this is all documented. You guys can look up this. Deontay Wilder not allowed in ring. Anthony Joshua Parker. I think that was the fight. Yeah. Deontay Wilder not happy, explains why he won't attend. Look, everything new media. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Shout out to WBN, WorldBoxingNews.net. Deontay Wilder's not happy, explains why he now won't be attending Joseph Parker. Bronze Bomber had originally agreed to act as, look, right here, had originally agreed to act as an analyst for Showtime and Sky Sports coverage of the Parker fight with Eddie Hearn. And promoter Eddie Hearn stated Wilder wouldn't be allowed in the ring after the fight. Wilder, look, new media era is making it so bad. Wilder wanted to pose for a head-to-head with a view to drumming up further interest in an undisputed collision, although stepped away from those TV duties when his request was denied. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there, confirmed Wilder on the Boxing Voice podcast. When I got hired with Sky Sports, I told them I would come and be a part of the party under one circumstance. If Anthony Joshua wins, I will get in the ring with him, look him in his eyes face to face, and tell him that I want to knock him out. They told me that wouldn't be a problem. A few days later, I get a phone call with my manager telling me I won't be able to do that. Joshua's been talking that he doesn't want me in the ring, talking about having extra security. I even heard something about a restraining order. Eddie Hearn's always talking about me being the only one to raise my profile. What better way to hype up this ultimate unification about it's free advertising? That was my whole reason to come over. So I don't blame Wilder. You know, he's saying he's a coward because now Joshua, when Wilder's locked up with 2 more fights, a trilogy, you know, the back half of a trilogy with Tyson Fury, now all of a sudden we're hearing a vocal Joshua saying, "Oh, meet with me. I want to fight." How you gonna do that when someone's locked up? Now that you know he's fighting, look, Anthony Joshua, I'm not going to chase Deontay Wilder. Look at my video right there. Showed up right on Google. Cause I got all the hits, boy. This is me talking. I'll be on Google page, bro. I'll be in the top 3 of Google, and it's just me talking. Not no interview and stuff. It's me. You know, new media, we run the game. Look, right there, right on YouTube. All you have to do is type it. Look, this is Joshua. This is all factual information. I won't chase a fight with Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua says. December 8th. This is after he beat Ruiz. So it's not like before and he was like, oh, hey, guys, I want to focus on Andy Ruiz. He fought Andy Ruiz December 7th. So this was at the post-fight press conference that he said, I ain't chasing Deontay Wilder. A couple weeks later, his profile is dwindling down. People, you know, weren't super impressed with his performance. They're like, okay, he got his belts back, but it wasn't nothing spectacular. But cool, touche, you got your belt back. And now all of a sudden, he's clout chasing and saying, oh, I want to fight Wilder. And like, look, here, I know the key words because I've been talking about this so heavy. Anthony Joshua curveball. Look, see, this is just bad stuff. This is just bad business. Anthony Joshua explains why he's supporting.
It's always good to be joined by this man, the unified heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua explains why he's supporting Tyson Fury over Wilder. Right? But then let him tell it he wants to fight Wilder more than Tyson. It's all over the place, bro. Look. Look, Anthony Joshua throws curveball offer to Wilder. He wants to throw a curveball, but you just said you want Tyson Fury to win. See, you can't make this stuff up. They are all over the place, tripping on their own words and own past interview. Anthony Joshua plans curveball after Deontay Wilder. You know he's tied up for a trilogy fight. How are you going to throw a curveball? So you're going to pay Tyson Fury step aside money and Tyson Fury can get pay-per-view money? I mean, none of this makes sense. You guys know, I'm not even wasting no more time on this. Call me when it's gangster. Shout out to Wilder, link in the description. You know what it is. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.